What's up, guys, and welcome back to another video after many hours of trying to reset this up so that you guys could get a nice video out of this. Today we're going to be playing Gran Turismo 2, but this is not only going to be a Let's Play series, but we're also going to be making it a playthrough of Gran Turismo 2 Plus. So this is a mod you can actually get of Gran Turismo 2 on GT Planet if you have X Delta Patcher on your PC side of things. We're using DuckStation. And yeah, we're going to start by picking up a starter car, and you got lots of options. We're going to see, though, because I've played regular GT2, but I don't know what all is differently available. I'm obviously seeing some different things, like the Primera being here instead of the G20, which is odd to see considering this is the US version of the GT2 Plus mod. So we got plenty of fun cars to toy around with here. We're probably going to wind up going with the Pulsar GTI-R for this. I've used the Mark III Supra so many times. I think it's only right I do the Pulsar for once, because I just really like the Pulsar. I think it's a really great option, and it's got plenty of juice for what we're going to be doing in this game, and just having fun with it. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up at this time. So, of course, one thing you'll notice right away is the models look so much better. This is my first time playing through GT2 Plus and actually utilizing it, because it took me forever to set this up. This video is not going to be terribly long because I'm trying to film this before I go to work tomorrow, so not a lot of time to play. So what we're going to do is immediately throw in exhaust on this thing. So the mods I'm running, I've got a couple cheats included with the GT2 Plus. We've got the widescreen mod, the 60 FPS mod, and the higher, the more polygon models. I can't remember the name of it's off the top of my head. But we're going to go ahead and pop in, just do some racing, and see how GT2 Plus plays with all these graphics mods and stuff on it. And we should have some more stuff to do. I believe they added more events and more prize cars to GT2 Plus. I'm not exactly familiar enough with GT2 Plus to see what all they added. I'll have to go back and look through the change log to see what all is new. But I do know like the Polo was brought back. The CLK GTR is in here now as well, which is a car that was cut from the original version of the game. And so we're going to go right in and hopefully be able to enjoy this game properly, because I was using EPSX before and it was terrible. I could not get it to work right at all. But now with all the extra renderers that DuckStation utilizes, this looks so much better. There's a lot of jittering, which I believe is related to some other stuff that needs to be fixed. But right away, we're seeing just a huge... Holy cow, this is weird. Playing a PS2 game in 60 frames per second. So the screen's a little bit cropped for you guys because of how DuckStation's window kind of thing programmed to OBS. I'll probably fix that for future episodes of this series. I know the music's playing in the background, but hopefully YouTube's not copywriting background music anymore. But this is so odd, playing a PS1 game at 60 frames, and it looks really good at that. Like, this is quite interesting. And I'll need to get this set up on my my Steam Deck with DuckStation as well, because this looks incredible, which I didn't think I would ever say about a PS1 game. And yeah, I'm gonna have to fix the rendering, or not rendering, the window on OBS, because obviously this is going to make it difficult for you guys to see what's going on. I'm not good at this game either, so bear with me if I crash a lot, guys. Wow, they caught up fast. This game looks incredible at 60 frames, though. For a PS1 game, I mean, this is incredible. But I'll stop harking on that. So I chose the Pulsar this time because every playthrough I've even attempted of GT2, I've always used like the Mark III Supra, or I believe at one point I had an Evo. I can't remember for sure. I don't think I could get the Evo as a starter car, but it was something. It was. I'm thinking the GTST at one point as well. I've attempted this game so many times, but I wanted to actually do a video for you guys with a playthrough of this, especially with the Plus mod. So that's why we're doing it with the Pulsar, because I have never played this game with the Pulsar, and I've never actually beaten Gran Turismo 2. So not only are we playing it with this really cool mod, but we're getting to play it as well with, oops, that was a bad wreck. Going downshift it back into third gear. Come on. There we go. That corner is definitely eating it up. This thing handles surprisingly well, too. I mean, I've driven plenty of cars in GT2, and the handling isn't always the best with some of them, especially the Mark III. It's just so heavy. This, on the other hand, I guess it's just being all-wheel drive, and I have a thing for all-wheel drive cars as a Volkswagen owner. You know, obviously, Golf R being all-wheel drive, which I unfortunately don't have. I have a thing for all-wheel drive turbo 4-cylinders, and this is definitely a car I like. Unfortunately, never got the Pulsar GTI-R in this state. I think I technically did get a GTI, just not, you know, the VW badge on it, I guess, in this case. But this game runs surprisingly well. And Duck Station performs way better than EPSXE with this game, that is for sure. Okay, I think, here we go. I tried to recenter the window here for you guys, so you guys have a better view here. Much better. So yeah, did our first race out of the way with the Sunday Cup. And the music's a bit delayed, which is odd, which I don't think happened in the older GTs. So we'll skip saving for now, because we're focusing on playing through the Sunday Cup. Yeah, this runs exceptionally well. I'm very impressed with how this is going so far. You guys might be able to see a slight clip of my my FPS counter in the top right of the screen here. I really was just trying to keep that up so I could truly test the 60 FPS mod, or cheat, I guess. We aren't going to be using any other cheat codes outside of the graphical update ones, such as the better model cars and all that kind of stuff, the better car models. Mainly because I just don't want to have a situation where, you know, I'm not playing through this as if it was the original, and that's what I'm trying to do, is just treat this as if it was a original copy of GT2, just, you know, the plus form. Is that an E36 compact? I think that is. How funny is that? I didn't think that was even in this game. That is an E36 compact. I love the E36 compact. Fun fact. If only they made an E36 M3 compact, that would have been really cool, but unfortunately, that was not the case. We see behind me now, though, they're using the higher models, the better models, which is really nice, because usually you get far enough away from these things, and they turn into freaking just disgusting, just grossness. And fortunately, thanks to that cheat and me hitting the wall there, so they're a little bit closer to me, you can actually make out the models very well. Come on. This S13 is going to really try to give me a run for my money on this. So, for those who don't know my history with Gran Turismo, it's my favorite racing game series of all time. It fights Pokemon for my favorite game ever. And I've played since I played Gran Turismo 3 as a kid. Obviously I was born in '99, so I missed out on GT3's launch and even GT2's existence, as that game came out in '99, if I remember correctly, in the States. And I unfortunately never got to experience GT2 or really GT3 when it was new. I played GT3, accidentally skipped over GT4. I didn't even know Gran Turismo 4 existed until Gran Turismo 5 Prologue came out. I got it from a Blockbuster. That was the second ever Gran Turismo I ever played. I got it from Blockbuster and played it for a couple days before I had to return it. And then, of course, Gran Turismo 5 came out a couple years later, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I skipped right over Gran Turismo 4, and so the goal was to eventually go back and get Gran Turismo 4, and I did that. And actually, I also, around that same time, maybe about a year or two after that, purchased my copies I have of Gran Turismo 1 and 2. I really love GT. It's just a game I love to death. I competed in esports for a while in GT7 as well as GT6. I may go back to GT7. I'm really leaning more towards going to Assetto for any sort of esports appearances. And that if that's the case, I got a lot of learning to do, because Assetto is a very tricky game to learn. It's a lot of understeer. Now I just got to hold off these guys. Nope. This Pulsar is something else, guys. I'm very impressed with it. I want to see this E30. That is a 323i compact. I was right. Thank goodness. Compact getting some love. I don't understand why the E36 compact got so duked all over for so many years. And I wonder if there's a music delay because of the extra frame rates. It's running at 10 FPS more than the original game. If I remember correctly. I think we got some decent cash now. I think they upped the payouts from what I understand. So I think there's actually a higher payout. I could be wrong on that. Again, I'd have to check the changelog on GT2 Plus. So we got 7K now. I think they did. I think the payouts are slightly increased, but I'm not entirely sure. So we're going to go do a quick little bit of extra tooling to the Pulsar, because this next race, Red Rock Valley, is always really difficult for some reason. So do I have enough to do a basic turbo upgrade? I do. We can go up to 270 horsepower, which I think is perfectly fine. They should leave us with a couple of grand to play around with as well. So we'll probably, what I'll do is probably upgrade the intercooler. I think that should be enough to get a upgraded intercooler in this car. Just enough. So it'll be just under 300 horsepower. Obviously, I should have probably have gotten the turbo upgrade, or the tires, sport tires, but wanted to go ahead and just kind of, the car handles okay. It's got some really bad understeer, unfortunately, but we're going to try to just make things happen with the just having extra power on the car at Red Rock Valley here, and that should get us a neat prize car. I think, like, from what I understand of GT2 Plus, they added prize cars as well as some extra features and stuff. New menus is what I heard as well, but I haven't seen those just yet. So we're going to begin the final race, the Sunday Cup, and that'll probably close out this video to start off the Let's Play. I would do more, but unfortunately I'm running low on time before I have to get ready for work in the morning, so duty calls. Dude, the 60 FPS is insane. What I really wish, and I'm hoping that GT2 Plus did it, because I'm not aware. I really hope it brought back some unused tracks. Like, I'm really hoping Special Stage Route 11 somehow was thrown back in here. That's a track that I love, and I hate that it just got cut from GT1 and GT3 for that matter. And I would love for them to come back, you know? I would love to see Special Stage Route 11 race a GT game once more. And this thing is really fast now. Oh, we are not doing hot. Well, I guess this is a rally car at the end of the day. So we'll just cut the grass there. Who needs a lawnmower? Who needs it? So what's weird about... So my opinion on GT2 is so, like, different because I didn't grow up with it. It's like the GT3 that I wish GT3 was. And I rank GT3 highly on my list of Gran Turismo games I've played because of the nostalgia. Objectively, this is a better game. I mean, despite the worse graphics and the slightly smaller list of memorable tracks, I mean, you had a lot of GT1 classics, but GT3 had a lot of good going for it, and I mean, it had like a lot of the cars that were new at the time, which is cool. We're not doing too hot this first lap. I'm focusing so much on talking to you guys and commentating that I'm driving like dog water. But of course, we got S2K out here, so that's gonna make this rather difficult. What's this behind me? We got, is that, I don't even know what the heck that is. That just, it looks, it's cruising past me. All these cars are cruising right past me, which is scary to think because I'm making 290 horsepower. I think I saw just under 300 horsepower. Oh, that's a lot of understeer in the wall there. Maybe I should have gotten the tire upgrade on this thing. I just gotta somehow get around this convertible here, which is really fast. And focus on shifting because I'm in manual mode. So we're going to dive bomb him a little bit here. Oops, cutting the grass a little bit again. Really good slide there. We're going to see if I can make this corner without having to slow down further. We're just going to downshift though and get this back into the peak power band of the Pulsar. I just got to drive really aggressively here. And do a lot of cheap blocking maneuvers. I think we can carry this through at full throttle. I mean, we might, you know, kind of feather it a little bit here. Unfortunately, the PS1 era, it was either you were full throttle or you were off the gas. There was no, like, modulating the throttle like in later games. I think Gran Turismo 4 was the first one I noticed had some sort of modulation that wasn't based on the analog sticks. Oh, we just botched this bad. This is bad. Oh, no. They did too. It's fine. They botched it. Okay. Come on, Pulsar. Come on. We're holding on for dear life. That convertible is so fast. Oh, we got it. We got it for sure. Yes, sir. All right. That was a way to close it out. That was tough. Plymouth PT Spider. Imagine that actually made a production. We didn't get the crappy PT Cruiser. S2K finished in third, though, after it about spanked me earlier. 60 FPS is so weird to see on this. I'm so used to 30. But I feel like Gran Turismo 2 Plus, so far from what I've experienced, is the game I wish Gran Turismo 3 was. Just the amount of cars, pretty large amount of events. I think Gran Turismo 3 had more stuff going on. But, hey, I think GT3 or GT2 Plus, so far, a better game. No prize car for that, which is odd. I figured they'd added more prize cars, but I'm guessing that may not be the case in this specific instance. I think from here we're going to have to get a license to actually compete in anything else. I mean, we've got the Clubman Cup, and I think only the Rome Circuit race requires a license. We may... screw it. We'll do one more race for you guys. Just for you guys, but for staying and watching. And plus, I mean, I did all the work to do this, to create this series, because I was running EPSX-E on the original vanilla game, and it was a dumpster fire. I couldn't get it working. It ran like crap. I don't know what was up with it, so I switched to Duck Station, and the game is working flawless with the GT2 Plus patch. So we're going to do one more race for you guys to close this out, the first episode of the series, and we're definitely going to film more, because I love doing these Gran Turismo Let's Plays for you guys. And the best part is, I usually don't have to edit these very much, so they're very quick and easy to put up on the channel. This is so weird to play this game at 60. I know I've said it like 8 times now, this game at 60 FPS. Oops, sorry, Mini. So that Elise there, that's going to be our thorn in our side here. Maybe this other Lotus here, this blue one, I can't remember the name of it. I think that's the Elan. But we're going to fight. We're mostly going to be fighting that Elise here. That Elise is going to give us a hard time, I'm sure of it. This Pulsar is very quick, though, and it handles really well. I mean, outside of some pretty gnarly understeer at times, the Pulsar is a pretty solid... Ow. Thank you, Mr. Erlon. Okay. That Lotus Elan is mean. Put me into the wall there. But it's fine. We got the horsepower to run away from... Why is the Elise so far back, though? I figured that car would be dominating this. Okay, we're not going quite fast enough to really slow down too much. Oh, there's another Lotus. There's 3 Lotuses in this race. That's interesting. Bogging it a little bit in third, but it's fine. We'll rock it out of the hole. And as you guys can see, leaving these guys behind. I'm ready to get like a better exhaust in this thing so we get more steam behind this thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this turn 1 on full throttle. Oh, we did. Gran Turismo 3, I couldn't do that. Granted, I was probably going much faster in Gran Turismo 3 because I have a Turbo Beetle RSI in that game. Didn't make that one quite so well, though. We're going to just jam the brakes here. I think we might be... Ow! Again, the Lotuses are just playing evil here. The Elise is back up there where I thought it should be. I don't know why he was getting passed by so many people back there. Let's see, going into the second to last corner. Oh, a lot of understeer there. Okay, don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. There's a lot of speed lost. I'm gonna have to play a little defensive here. Lost a lot of speed on that that last corner there. I think we got it though. Yeah, we got it. Money. Alright. Well guys, that was fun. That was a good way to end the night, I think. These races don't take enough time. We'll do the last race we don't need a license for, just to close this out. Because in my opinion, that's the best way to close this video out, is to just do some fun and just close out with one last race that we can do without a license. And then episode 2, we'll go through the B license and get all of those so we can start taking on some of the more events that require the B license. This is one thing I didn't like about GT2 that GT3 did away with, was that the events like this where you had 2 no license events and then 1 B license event. I think in my opinion that was just such an odd choice. Whereas in Gran Turismo 3, I mean, you only needed the B license for like the later half of the amateur level races. You didn't need it for most of it. You could do the Clubman Cup and everything, the original FF Challenge and all that kind of stuff with no license, whereas in this game, most of it does require at least a B license. for most of these earlier events. Now, obviously, once you get in the higher stuff, you're going to need the IA and the IS, or the S license, the Super license, and stuff like that. What is this taillight kind of? Why did the taillights in this yellow car remind me of the Hyundai Genesis for some reason? I think that's a Peugeot. We got a TVR in this, which is going to be tricky because that is a very fast car. And it's not a slouch either. So we're going to have to... Oops, bumped him a little bit. So we're going to have to play a little bit aggressive here to take a win here, which is kind of nuts considering it's the TVR. Of course, I'm not familiar with this track at all. This track is exclusive to GT2. And it's a track I haven't played before much. I think anytime I've ever done this track, it's been playing this specific race here in GT2. Oh, that was overshot that hard. He's got straight line speed on me, but I've definitely got some advantage in the corners. Because as you can see, once he gets on a bit of a straight road, he runs away from me. Come on, Pulsar. He's definitely got an absurd amount of straight line speed over me. I'm just gonna have to rely on pretty much out braking him in the corners. Like, well, I mean, he kind of hit the brakes somewhere there, and I didn't see it. So we're gonna come into here though. We're gonna have to brake hard. Dive bomb didn't really pay off all that much. In fact, it actually really botched this whole race up. I'm down in almost last after that whole thing. That put me in the wall, I guess. There, okay. Oh, talk about a comeback. Okay. Now that Jaguar and that TVR are going to be nightmares right here in this sector of the track because they've got such an advantage on me in the top speed side of things. That TVR right there is just bearing down on me. I'm having to drive rather hard to get him, keep him behind me here. Lots of tire spin there, tire squeal, lots of power sliding. Oh, it's a lot of just issues there. I think doing the sports tire grade was probably something I should have done before this race, but we're going to close out really strong. I just got to drive like I've never driven before in this game, which is not going well when you're understeering and everything. So sports tires are definitely an upgrade we're going to do next. I think it's going to be a necessity at this point. Plus, I'm just not familiar with GT2's physics. Like, I'm familiar with GT3s through GT7. Not quite so much GT2. I hear the TVR right there behind me. Oh, it's a lot of sliding. Whew, I called it. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. Negotiated that pretty well. Okay. Coming into this corner here. Oh, probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, now I just got to play defensive. It's going to be hard defending multiple cars. Come on. That Mercedes is bearing down on me. Well, we got it. Okay. So definitely need to start doing some upgrades to the Pulsar because it is just... I'm getting dogged out here. Oh, man. This is not going to plan whatsoever. So we'll get a thumbnail. I'm not going to just say replay the entire time. Maybe not. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, that could be a good thumbnail. Maybe as long as YouTube picks it. Because these don't require a whole lot of editing. So don't really edit these at all. I never really have. But, alright. I think on that note, we don't think we're going to get a prize card just yet. Nope, no prize card yet, unfortunately. Darn. I don't really know what I'll get you prize cards. I'll look at the changelog for Gran Turismo 2 Plus and see if there's any additions of the prize cards early in the game. I think it's more the more specialized events. I don't really think you get anything for the earlier stuff, but let me go look at something real quick in the VW stuff, because one thing that we're supposed to have added back, so we got Vauxhall now, which I don't think was in the original game at all for the US side. Which you have the Tigra, we've got the Calibra, the Vauxhall Calibra instead of the Opel Calibra. And the Astra and all that kind of stuff. So I think in the US version we didn't get voxel, we just got opal, but now we have both, which is really cool. I think we're probably gonna have the same cars. Yep, there's the Tigra ice race car and the opal Calibra. So same cars. But my thing is Volkswagen was supposed to add the Polo back, but I'm not sure if that's it's not. I don't know where it is, if it's in here, because I don't see it anywhere. I mean, we got the Lupo. We got the Beetle, we've got the Mark IV Golf, but I don't see the Lupo hiding around in here, unless it's like, or Polo, excuse me, unless it's hiding as a secret prize car. So I'll have to go and look at the change log for stuff like that. But one way to close out the episode, guys, we got the Pulsar, 16,000 credits. We've gotten through a large number of races in the game, and yeah. Hope you all enjoyed this first episode of the Gran Turismo 2 Let's Play. We're definitely doing more of this stuff. And I will see you guys later. Take care, guys, and have an awesome day.